Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Fnatic and SK playing here in the final game of the evening for the ESL ESEA Pro League. We're on Cobblestone as well, and it was SK winning the 9th round, which might be good. They will need it. They are playing Fnatic after all. They've got 0 wins in League so far. Not good.
0-6. 0-6, and that is not going to be pleasing Cadian, who has not recently anymore. Can't really say recently anymore, but he's taken over the reins for the team. So clearly they still have a lot of work to do, SK Gaming.
Yeah.
But we've got, Tensky, Cillian, Cadian.
Playing with Tensky in here.
Yeah, I was about to say Tensky. Where's Modi?
Yeah, Modi's gone apparently. Conflict's here though. Definitely a very solid player, fun to watch all the time it seems. Freeze, I feel like has been playing better recently, so this team's still in a weird place. They need like a solid lineup. They need the same, 5 people to play with all the time. Fnatic though, they don't have their full. Oh, they do after all.
No, look at that. Oh,
Dennis is playing.
What is this?
Oh, I was hoping he'd be Vugo. I had so many jokes planned. Well,
yeah, I know. What is this? Now all of a sudden you can bring a Dennis in?
All right, then. That's going to get interesting. Config here with a good kill. Why is he getting a chance to reload? He lands one more headshot. It's going to go for the 3rd one, but now it's going to be Freeze coming up from behind. Might have a decent chance here to rack up this kill. Flusher, no chance to see it coming, and he goes down. It's JW and Crims left. Config, I have no idea why he could possibly be allowed to reload in that position.
Yeah, right. Just the hesitation on Fnatic really costing them. And now Crims, they're in a bit of an awkward spot. At least he got some info, and that will lead to a kill. JW able to capitalize on that, taking out Freeze. But Tensky watching Connector. They've got everybody in solid positions here, SK. Tensky actually goes for that fight and just takes out Crims. So they know where JW's playing from, and JW just hoping to get lucky, going for that wallbang through. But they're starting to run out of time here on Fnatic's side, down to 40 seconds. And JW, he still needs to drop out into the open, pick up this bomb. And, well,
he has 6 bullets.
Yeah, his reward, he's rewarded for his patience, right? He gets another, picks up a gun, 1 bullet.
Oh my god, please don't. He's looking for it. He's got a little bit more. How is he doing this? He's going to go for the fight with the Cillian. 20 seconds left and looking for a headshot. It shouldn't be possible. He's diving away here. Does he even have bullets left? I'm not even sure. He picked up another gun. What's left in this? Please show us 1 bullet. JW, this should not be legal. If he lands this 1 bullet as a headshot, then I don't know, we're just going to quit casting it and just watch the rest of this game. He's walking out, he sees the Cillian, he's going to have to fall back, he knows he's got this 1 chance. Cillian moving closer, this is truly ridiculous. He's about to make history, even in just an online game like this. There's no way you are allowed to be this confident. Cillian moving a little bit closer. JW, does he hear it jumping up? He's certainly ready for it. He's right around the corner. He's going to get his 1 chance. He misses it and ends up going down. Oh, God. You saw that happening, didn't you? That could have been
I was holding my breath. I was holding my breath that entire time. Holy hell, JW. What a fight from him. And if he'd only... if he landed that shot and somehow managed to get the knife out, I don't know. Just the fact that it gets that far, though, Anders. Just the fact that it's like a 1v3 situation. He gets 2 kills.
He spends all of his bullets, except for 6, shooting into a wall and doesn't really hit anything. Then he comes out with 2 kills, picks up another pistol, and almost makes it work.
I don't even...
Ridiculous.
Well played by Cillian, at least. Didn't just rush in. Took his time. Guaranteed the shot. Guaranteed the kill. And then, well, that just means that Fnatic... At least it was still a success as far as Fnatic are concerned. They got a bomb plan out of that, so we can see their own P250s. I mean, it's still pretty big that Fnatic are actually managing to get Dennis into this as well as a stand-in. Dennis not participating in the league. He's playing for G2 right now. They aren't in it. So, I mean, he's free to join, but like that's a really strong stand-in to have on Fnatic's side. It's not going to get any easier here for SK.
Yeah, and you got to wonder if, if eventually the Fnatic lineup is going to change, if Dennis wouldn't always be like at least somewhere in the cards, as a potential pickup. So getting a chance to play with him might be interesting. Speaking of which, speaking of Devil, Dennis did pick up a kill there. Taking out one of the SK members, Cillian hiding in the corner, and it pays off. A bit of a dangerous position. Now that Tensky's here, it's much better, but until that point, if he doesn't get those kills in, he could have been overrun. Crims lurking in the middle and taking out Config, who... It seemed like at the sound of fire just started spraying into the air. Just complete panic mode.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary. I mean, it's still scary. Crims, you kind of want to see him reload. Just reload. There we go. Gets the reload, and he can still do some damage here. Free fire, goes for the spray, and if it weren't for the aim punch, he might very well have picked up that kill. But Tensky will be able to, well, establish dominance once again, and there's going to be a good amount of money still here on SK. A couple of UMP kills actually, paying off in that situation. But I'm assuming as well that it's Flusha that's calling right now on the team, seeing as how Pronax isn't here.
Yeah, that would make certain kind of sense. Even though he swore that he never ever would again. Maybe now that Pronax is gone, it's different. Ooh, freeze. Close by, a little bit scary there. Flusha doing some good damage to him and ends up falling back a bit. I'm still disappointed that Vugo's not playing. I would have loved to have seen that. Yeah,
I know, I agree. You know, we got to see LMBT for Hellraisers.
Exactly.
You know, it would have been pretty cool to see the Swedish compatriot, but not meant to be this time. What is working out here, though, is that SK, they're man up, and they're going to force Dennis out into the open. Firing squad waiting for Config, though. That was a pretty unfortunate situation for him. And then JW's just doing JW things. Sawn off shotgun and drop. Only this guy. Like, Get Right attempted to do this the other day. Didn't really get good results with it, but JW, he's always a threat, always.
Seems like it. Cadian down to 70 health as well. Tensky the one picking up the kill, and Cadian going to be taking down JW. Looking good right now for the Danish lineup. Crims and Flusha are left here, 2 versus 4. See if they can do a little bit more damage in this round. Cadian doesn't quite spot him coming by, and Crims actually somehow picks up that kill. That's down to a 2 versus 3, and they could easily take out Tensky, who's over at the hen house. If only they realized Flusha jumping down with a bomb in hand. He gets caught, and Tensky with a double kill. They lined up for him there. So pretty good stuff. 3-0, and SK making it out. And we were sort of talking about this game coming into today's seminar and saying, you know, it should be like a very, very clear-cut victory for Fnatic. So it's almost a test to see how you know, confident are Fnatic feeling today.
Yeah.
Because they've been looking a bit shaky recently, and now they've got a stand-in, so maybe it's harder to really trust the result too much. But still, even with the stand-in, they should be beating SK quite a lot.
Yes. I mean, this is still the team that's sitting at the top of the food chain right now in this group for the EPL. 5-2 record for them. Great round difference, round loss difference. That's why they're sitting at the top. And so, yeah, Fnatic, I mean, this should be another clear-cut win for them. But right now, I mean, SK, they're putting up one hell of a fight. And we actually have a force buy out of Fnatic as well. I think that speaks to the confidence that they have, that they're just going to disrespect these guys. Say, okay, you know, we should be saving right now so we can get an off for JW, so we can get rifles, nades, the whole shebang. But instead, we're going to go for Tech 9s and another shotgun on JW. It's just like, okay, then. That's not something you do unless you're supremely confident.
Right now, it isn't actually working out too well for them. They've got no kills in the round, and SK seem to be surviving with all of their guns intact here until Olofmeister shows up, but he's going to be going down swiftly afterwards. Crims left alone, 1 versus 4.
He's got Dennis's Galil, so let's see if he can actually get something done with it. Knows that at least one player is here with him. There it is. Man steps out into the open, takes a bit of a fight.
Oh,
and he actually ran out of bullets. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Crims, man, just, you have all the time to reload. Just go for it, bro. Bruh. 7-1-1 for Tensky, though. 5-1-0 for SCII. This is looking very good so far. Solid start for SK. I mean, I guess Fnatic right now, they're like, okay, we'll go for those kinds of buys because it's still very early on in the half, so we can afford to take some risks. We don't have to just start grinding just yet. And we see that now with a bit of a quasi-buy on their part. P250s, again, Kevlars, but they're going to be able to get that full buy in the next round.
Freeze, who has had some really good games from Cobblestone lately, missing an opportunity there. But again, they've got armor and pistol, and he should really be falling just back and playing it safely. And this is a good position, especially with the back of SCII nearby and Cadian too. Tensky's always been like a fairly, I think, like decent player in the Danish scene. It's just like he's never been on a team where he was the star, so we've never really noticed him at all. It seems like, you know, he's just like always flying just under the radar, but like with decent performances anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's one of those up-and-comers, right? Like plays with Barry, plays with Hunden in the past as well. I mean, that's just that kind of player. Flusha up close, though, will finally wipe out SCII and get that first death for him. But this is still a situation that should not be lost for SK.
Wow.
Can't believe the Fnatic are doing just this much damage, and it's going to come down to Config and a 1v4 somehow. He takes out Olofmeister fairly quickly. Still has some nades to work with as well. Gets that flash out there. He's just going to go charging through. Needs to find that kill. Needs to bring it back to a 1v2. But now life gets very difficult for him. Fnatic have had time to set up the Triangle of Doom. Wow. And Flusha just lands a sick headshot.
So there's the reason why Fnatic kept forcing like they did. You know, they had the confidence, they make it work, and SK going to be a little bit upset about that one. They will have the money to make some sort of quasi-buy work here. I mean, they might even want to do it just to not allow Fnatic to get away with it. Kind of makes sense, just to keep your own confidence intact as well. By the way, you said Hunden, so you just triggered like all of Twitch chat. Everyone is like, you know, instantly, oh, Hunden, we're ready.
It's like a hair trigger when it comes to Hunden.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got respect for a guy who calls himself the Hound.
the Hound.
We all know that that guy's a badass.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just this force buy out of SK. It's a bit scary considering Fnatic saved 3 guns. They even saved the op for JW. So now Fnatic, that's just that one round has totally shifted things around for them.
Yeah, the fact is Fnatic is going to be buying next round, win or lose this one. They're just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, you're right. The guns that they saved here, all of these people can buy. The rest can buy Tech-9 and grenades, and there you go.
This is when you really do see that difference, right, in attitude and approach, where it's just Fnatic, they're playing with a total lack of respect. There's like, we're going to do whatever we want. We're going to force, we're going to take these fights, these kinds of duels, no problem at all. All of the pressure is on SK. All of the pressure as being the underdog, the less experienced team, just having less of those hard fraggers on their team. There's just so much pressure on SK right now, and Fnatic are making great use of that. That's exactly what you're supposed to do if you're the superior team, is just basically constantly put SK in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, now SK as a result, they're gambling it all on this one bomb site, saying if you come here, then we might win the round. If not, then we might just save all the rifles instead here. Gonna get the kill on JW, but the bomb obviously going down over at B, and should be surprised if they try and fight it. You know, the whole point here is to save these weapons.
Exactly. It's that gamble between, you know, okay, we stack one site. If they go to the other site, that's all right. We'll hold on to the gear for the next one. And that's a good call out SK, because otherwise they'd be in a hard eco situation. They spent all of their money on this round. Fnatic know that, though, and I would like to see a little bit more of an aggressive hunt out of Fnatic, and they're starting to spread out a little bit now. If they can get 2 kills on SK right now, this would be really solid for them. And Olafmeister, does he check? But Config's just been so consistent since he joined up on SK, and he was kind of an unknown as well.
Yeah.
Like, he had no LAN experience, no international LAN experience, and yet, right from the start, SK, you know, they go to DreamHack London, and Config is just murdering people. So it's good to see that that sometimes, you know, you have that excuse that's ready, right? For players that are new, that don't have that kind of experience, you're always like, well, you know, they just don't have the experience, and we're going to give them some time, and, you know, they'll mature, and right? You know, all of these sorts of things that they're just ready to say. But Config just showed up and completely disregarded all of that. He's just like, you know what, I'm actually just going to top frag, and I'm going to go ahead and take these duels and win these clutches, and he's showing himself to be a very solid player indeed.
But the question is, how is he going to fare if they did make it to like a huge LAN? If suddenly there was a lot of pressure on, you know, it's always so hard to know. But you're right, he definitely seems to be coping really well with everything. Well,
at Stockholm, right? He was still fragging. He was still doing his side of the bargain, right? His deal. So I think he's definitely a player that we all have to keep a close eye on over the next coming year. 2016. I mean, he could be one of the big up-and-coming Danish players to make it and maybe be, you know, one of those guys who steps in for a top-tier team.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it at the moment. I think you're right. Maybe we cursed him a little bit too. He is very low on health. Just trying to hide behind the boxes here. There is a grenade somewhere on JW. He actually could just pass it back here if they realize how low he is. You can tell he's just hiding and buying some time. Tensky has a Molotov that could definitely help him out, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
No, smoke, molly. He should still just sit here, though, Config. This is patience. There hasn't been any indicator that he shouldn't be peeking out at just yet. Wait for the flash, wait for the call from his teammate. This could be at the moment right here. They have no idea. The patience is really paying off. He could just slaughter them, but then the third man walks in. The timing impeccable for Olafmeister.
Yeah, and they lose drop as well, so that's it. It's gone instantly. Tensky couldn't get the kill there. And Fnatic just showing what timing is all about, winning that round. And now, again, not a lot here on the SK side in terms of money. These 2 rifles, especially maybe the AWP, is going to be really valuable in the upcoming round. So Fnatic, they're right back in the game in spite of a tough start. Yeah,
SK getting quite a few rounds. I mean, right now, with how we expect this map to play out, we still expect it to be a CT-sided team, or a CT-sided map. Well, no, what am I saying? A T-sided map, rather. What my brain is already thinking about the next sentence, where it's like, in the CT side, we expect to see them pick up, you know, 6, 7 rounds. Usually it ends, you know, with 6 rounds on the CT side these days and 9 rounds on the T side. So SK, they get that strong start. They're up to 4 already, and they have plenty of opportunity here still in this first half to get a solid scoreline versus Fnatic.
They definitely do. And I mean, we'll see if it's... I mean, I feel like when you're playing a team like Fnatic, you... Like, I think the rule is just, like, get as much as you possibly can, like, on either half. It's just, like, almost nothing could be enough. Even if they got, like, 12-3 here, you'd still be thinking, oh, well, Fnatic could probably make it back, you know? Because the gap, the skill gap is so huge.
So again, aggressive plateau play coming out from Fnatic. See how I mean, it looks like it's Freeze. No, it's Config still playing around Plateau. They get that smoke up in time to block Fnatic off, and SCII starts off strong by taking out Flusha, but there's still a man lurking over in A apartments, and that's Crims. So SCII, again, he's going to get a chance to shine here. If he gets 2 kills versus these players, that's going to be really solid.
It's a great start with the HE grenade doing a lot of damage and the spray right through the door to take out Flusha.
There's Config. This time, he will not be denied. Takes out Dennis. He knows the op is there now as well. Great information gained, and he should be able to make it out of here. Yes, he does. Solid play there by Config, backing up, consolidating the defense. Clever position there by SCII, and just catches out Crims. And now it's kind of falling apart here for Fnatic. They're getting picked off. They try to slow play it. I'm curious to see if they're going to try and shift up the pace in the next round then, based off of the results in this one, where it's just like, okay, we slowed it down. We just keep getting picked here. Maybe we should go for a bit more of a brute force approach in the next one. Just try and see if we can catch SK off guard.
Yeah, right now, JW all the way over here, getting shot at a bit, ends up going down, Freeze, legs, Olofmeister, and 22 seconds, he's just going to try and walk it off.
Get hit with, like, what is it? I know it's not a 50 cal bullet, but that's a big bullet.
Yeah.
You need a lot of walking.
Definitely, definitely a bit of power behind one of those.
I like his knife name as well. Olofmeister always so humble in interviews. You know, I believe I have the best team, and then his knife is just like, I belong to the best. That's right. That's right, Olaf.
You know what? I was gonna say if Vugo came in here and played, you know, and see if he did well. You know, maybe it's not that Vugo's like the coach. Maybe Olaf, like at the beginning of a game, he like goes into a trance, and then like Vugo is actually just like controlling him. So it's actually Vugo who's the superstar, and that's why Olaf was like, no, it's not me, guys. Like, don't worry. It's like, so.
And Vugo still got control of him when he's doing that interview.
Yeah.
I believe it's my coach.
It's like Sol Vugo.
A little bit more aggressive here in the apartments, just running right up. Smoke goes down though, and they're going to be able to stabilize SCII and backing off. That one smoke has bought a lot of time, though. That was perfectly placed. Had they got that kill on SCII, Fnatic wouldn't have stopped. They'd have just gone crashing onto the A site.
What's this boost going on over here?
Let's see. Yeah, SCII's found a clever little angle as well.
What's this nonsense?
Okay, then.
I'm not convinced that actually has like any real benefit, but
SCII's spot, though. This is really clever. He's right up on the little ledge here.
Yeah, it's not
like
bad at all.
Right on the little edge. That's a good spot. I mean, it worked against Crims, but you know, it's not going to be Crims leading the way. So do the rest of Fnatic know how to deal with this? Well, he's actually going to have to give up this position now. Flash in, that should be buying a little bit of time, but Cadian gets flashed at the same time. He's just off on the timing, and so now it's all SCII, and he's got the help of Freeze though. So let's see if Freeze actually comes through, and he does.
SCII's still alive as well, but Freeze going to walk into Olofmeister, coming out of drop in towards the A-bomb side. SCII dropped it, sort of stuck in a corner here. 4 people coming from him.
Yeah.
Flusha, crab walking into that angle and getting the kill.
Yeah.
Bit of a shame.
Can't really do the, you know, the sax. It's not a sax, it's the trumpet, right?
I feel like if you could do like a proper trumpet sound, that would be really weird as well. I'd really be freaked out a bit.
Okay, yeah, it's not working. Right, Anders, I give up. I'm going back to my air violin.
Yeah, do that instead. Oh, Config at least going to survive the round, it seems, with this AK, but generally speaking, this is a bad pattern going into SK's later stage of this half here, because, you know, they did win this one round with everyone surviving, which is kind of good news, but apart from that, they'll be spending whatever they have in this round just to equip themselves. Fnatic, they're almost at a point where they could force SK into a double or even just a single ego, but still, it's looking scary. I think SK need to get like past like 9 rounds on this first half for me to sort of start believing that it might happen.
To subscribe in your Danish brethren, to believe that they're capable of beating the Swedes.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh. Oh, that is nice. Crims was supposed to be the bait, and yet Freeze is just fast enough to catch a pixel there. And now JW, it's like, I'm sorry, brother. You died.
Yeah, he should have been there to pick up the kill. Freeze still all the way back here, going to be falling back. In fact, doesn't want to hang around to take that fight. Probably a good call as well. And Config again. Good little flash peek there from his teammate. Just allowing him to do that.
Yeah, there it is. Nice. angle by Freeze. That's just, he's gotten his teammate up on the roof. It looks like looking into underpass, so he can hold that kind of aggressive angle without worrying about getting shot in the side of the face. And so I think a lot of this, exactly, is going to come down to Olaf Meister, and he manages to win the duel versus Config. Still a man advantage here for SK. This prompts the rotation of the bomb. With 40 seconds left, they're going to start looking towards that B side, it seems. And they're still looking to see if they can't create an opening here. Dennis has got that op, and there it is. Looks towards Freeze, but there is a SCII up close. Dennis has no idea. SCII heard him run away as well, so SCII could go for the backstab very quickly here.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. See if Tensky's going to be able to live. He's been staying alive for so long in this hen house in the past pushes, so I feel like maybe Fnatic are a little bit too sloppy on actually checking it, because you can just hard check it by shooting through. Tensky going to walk out here, sprays down one and tries to stay back here, but again, this is paper thin. SCII showing up just in time, and now Flusher's going to be alone. He puts down the bomb in the smoke and manages to escape at least for a second here, trying to fall back to a safer position with that AK in hand. Not going to get flashed, goes for a bit of a long-range spray. He realizes SCII is going to be close by as well, and he's just crouching behind the rock here. Smoke goes up, and Flusher goes down, and that's going to be SK winning that round. Good job.
And he should be able, there it is, the AWP as well. So they save that for Cadian or for Freeze, whoever wants to pick it up. I believe it'll be Freeze. But that was a key round right there for SK. Because you were absolutely right, Anders. If they lost that round, they were doomed. Fnatic were going to roll right over them at that point. They would never have the money again to really be able to put up a stiff defense. Now at least they have the AWP. They were able to save that. Somebody's going to be a little low on money. Somebody has to go for the force, and so they aren't going to have full gear. Yeah, it's the FAMAS on Cadian. He just squeaks through. Probably got dropped there by a teammate.
And JW with a Sonoff.
Actually, no.
Could it be any other way?
Freeze dropping the FAMAS. And then the op getting dropped over to him. Actually, not too shabby.
Fnatic, I mean, they're the ones put a little bit to the test now instead.
Yeah, this is becoming really interesting. I mean, it's going to be... You still kind of have to have like supreme confidence in Fnatic when it comes over to their CT side, just because it's going to be a lot of aim fights, a lot of duels. And right now they don't have their mastermind Pronax to give them those calls, guide them on the offense. But still, SK, they're doing a fantastic work. There's the pop flash again. Dennis not able to turn around, and Config once again waiting behind the box. Where is the shot, though? Does he get that peak timing? JW again. I mean, look at how SK, they aren't even really challenging in drop. They've really kind of given this up. I guess they just don't want to deal with JW if he comes through there.
Oh, good little combo there from Tensky and Config. It was a shame they couldn't pick up Olaf Meister 2. It looked like there was a big opening for it. Freeze going to pick up one kill. Could he do more than that? They are going to be down and drop, it seems. And is there going to be some help here? SCII fighting. Freeze nearby. SCII winning the first, almost winning the second one too, but that's going to give them the A bomb site with 25 seconds and a combined 29 health. It's almost perfect.
Bomb needs to make the cross, though. Let's see, a bit of a passive angle taken as well. Easiest shot of Freeze's life. And while Flush is just like, don't pick up my friend. And now it's going to be a real problem. Tensky is now the last man alive. 7 seconds left. Flusher gets the plant. 9 HP. Can he do better than JW? Just might, now that he spots the man out. Looking for that shot. He does manage to chip Tensky down to 45 HP. And it comes down to the drop, and Tensky just manages to catch Flusher off guard.
Yeah, but you see, again, the difference in style and confidence right there. You know, you're on 9 health, and you're the one going aggressive. He's actually the one bullying Tensky back, instead of trying to hide. Because if he takes a shot and falls back, then Tensky's going to try and chase him and see if he can't get that done. That's just, that's just trying to stay ahead of the curve. I really love that.
That AWP as well. All right. Well, 7 rounds. I mean, they're getting close, Anders. They're getting real close here, SK. 7 rounds is already really solid work for the CT side. If they get up to 8 or 9, it's going to be a fantastic first half here for SK. Canadian making those calls, and then the plays coming in. Everybody seems to be fired up here to be playing against Fnatic on SK's side.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 9 rounds is like that's the cutoff point. That's where I start to believe that maybe something could change here. But less than that, and I'm not sure if it's quite gonna fly still. It'd be kind of strange if the first win that SK picks up in this league is against Fnatic. That would actually be a bit of an interesting idea. Even if Dennis is playing instead here, but I mean, it's not like SK have their full lineup anyway. Config is going to be going down. Nice shot from Olaf Meister. Tensky jumping up and in the smoke right in their faces, and finally he gets a chance, takes one, turns around and sprays, and I think there's a bit of team damage in there for Fnatic as well. They were dropping quite low. Dennis very nearly dead. KD are now going to be sneaking in here with the M4 in hand, and they line up for him. He's going to get the kill. could have been more than just the one, but look who's flanking in from behind again. It's SCII, and he's ready with the M4, spraying down one, goes for a second, and it will be a double kill. Good job there. And SK are going to win the round and make it to 8.
And this is... everything is falling into place, and also just so close. JW jumping, that's literally what saved his life. He would have got killed in the second, after that second fly, with the spray.
Yeah, I think you're right, though.
They're cutting it so close. How many clutch situations and very close calls have we had now between both of these teams? You kind of go into this match expecting Fnatic to just railroad SK, and that's that, right? Any aim duel, okay, Olfmeister's going to take your face off, Crims as well. But that's just not the case. SK, they're holding their own. So now, well, anti-rush nades going out. Good, not prediction on SK. Well, I mean, it is a prediction. They're just saying, okay, well, Fnatic can't have that much money. They might try and go for a rush with pistols. And so HE's going in, but instead they're changing up the target. They're going to go straight into drop, and there's a great opening by JW. SCII getting wiped out.
Cadian getting a bit in return, which is important here. Just also Fnatic maybe slowing down a bit too much for this kind of rush. I feel like now they're in the middle waiting, but would have been nice if they could have got more. Crims ridiculously picks up 2 kills there. Config and Cadian going to be gone. Olofmeister charging, and he takes down Tensky. Really?
It's the second time that they buy PG50s and Fnatic win the round. And the first time, they actually managed to make it really close.
Yeah.
SK just barely won that one. Then they lost to the quasi-buy where Fnatic only had Kevlar and PG50s. And now an eco again from Fnatic, and they win with PG50s. What the hell is the difference here? It's that change in mentality where, you know, you're like, oh, it's just pistols. You know, it's a throwaway. You know, we can do this. And then, or, you know, it's like whatever happens, happens. There's just no pressure on Fnatic. And that's when they seem to really just excel at this point. Freeze. Nice. Could get another one here. I think he heard the steps, but he misses the shot.
They get that AWP away, and they even steal it, obviously, for JW. So 8 and 5, and oh, I fear that one round might be what does it. Because look at SK's money. In spite of having a good streak here, with 3 rounds in a row, it's been down to 2-1, 2 people left alive, and that's why they're in this situation.
Yeah, and just losing to an eco, that's going to be shattering. 2 rounds left, and now Fnatic fully bought all the fixins, and SK going for a hard eco. They're putting everything on this last round. Cadian even goes for the Zeus. Cadian, for shame.
I'm ready, Cadian. I'm with you.
The jump Zeus.
Danish brethren.
He might just go for it.
He has to. They try and find, electricity with fire. We've got, some sort of theme going on here.
Can't jump like that anymore.
I'm disappointed. That's when you have to commit,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will stand in the Molotov and fire this taser.
Take the fight.
Yeah.
Just take the fight.
Just do it.
Just do it. You guys can't see what I was doing there, but okay.
I think they can probably imagine, can't they?
Yeah, maybe. But you have the beard, Anders. Would have been better. All right.
Shia LaBeouf? I'm not sure. Have you seen that video? The song, like the Shia LaBeouf song?
Dude, there's been like so many videos made off of that now.
Yeah, there's like one, no, like that one. It was way before that happened. There's like a... I'll show it somewhere. It's hilarious. It's really, really good. It's like some huge orchestra and choir in New York somewhere. It's really good.
All I know is that he's like apparently lost his mind now. Okay. What's also crazy is JW landing that shot.
Yeah. Just JW things. Picking up a kill like that. Freeze trying to see if he can contain with Tensky on the other side. They are in the middle here, and it's going to get the first kill there on Dennis. Pretty good job. Tensky firing into absolute nothingness. And the Cillian here, I mean, he's been good with the flank so far. He can actually end up doing it again here. Except this time he's going to have to go back towards A. Freeze sneaking out. Good shot on Olofmeister. He's got a great line to cover here. Takes down JW. Goes for another shot. Crims not quite making it yet. Freeze going to go down, but then there's the Cillian, and this is the big play. How could Fnatic know that he's going to be this quick behind them? Crims trying to put down the bomb, and he's going to be alone as well. 1 versus 3, sprays and takes down Config. Goes for the quick peek here. Almost could have got the headshot then. And Tensky is kind of low. This is winnable for Crims. He's got a little bit of grenades as well, but not going to happen. Tensky takes him out, and it's going to be a 9th round finally for SK.
Yeah, what a finish. It's always a shame when you see those kinds of backstabs come in, and Cillian, he just like the element of surprise is completely gone. Basically, once it's that deep in, so he couldn't really get that surprise going. I guess the big star of that round is Freeze, a little glimmer of his old self. I mean, we were watching some games of him on the original Fnatic roster when they swapped over to CS:GO earlier today.
That's true. That was on the ESL channel with with Trace, obviously, with Modi in that lineup too, Sipnix, and then Stinger.
Stinger.
So we're sort of wondering whatever happened to Stinger, a Norwegian player. And actually, as far as I can recall from that lineup back then, he was actually pretty decent. I seem to remember him getting removed from the team, and then then everyone was like, oh, he's probably gonna get picked up somewhere else, isn't he? And then he just disappeared.
I think that was it. He threw in the towel.
He's gone like Trace too.
Like Trace.
Sad times.
I know, Anders.
Yeah.
I was there to comfort you, though.
Yeah. Need Trace back somehow.
Hush.
Seems to me like he quit at the wrong time, you know?
No more tears.
No more tears. Oh, JW, he is ready for this USPS shot, and there it is, going for a bit more. Cadian already gone, and now backup has arrived too. Crim's trying to do some damage here. It's Fnatic picking up the early kill, though.
Oh, and there you go. You got to watch. Nice little HE there to buy some time. Config is going to be able to drop in here with the rest of SK. They've done damage, so they're low. But then Olafmeister with the first shot. He gets the second, could get the third as well. He runs out of bullets, but the damage is done. Flush is going to rotate in, take out Tensky, and now it's down to Freeze. Alone. So alone. Flash is there. Peekaboo. Can he find a shot? No. Flush is there with the headshot. So Fnatic, I mean, despite all of that, SK, all that hard work on the CT side, they just get overrun completely. SK, that is.
Yeah, and that was going to make it 9-7, and, you know, probably Fnatic bringing it back to 9-9 at this point. Seems like a very likely scenario. I am a bit confused. Config buying a sawn-off shotgun.
Oh.
Is JW going to take offense? You know, this is going to be like a personal thing now?
Yeah, this is my gun. I mean, Geralt used it the other day as well over in drop, so going a bit early with that HE still, in case there had been some kind of rush. SK would have been in for a pretty rough surprise there. But double shotguns on this map, sawn off, and then of course JW playing this his usual spot. Swag 7 up close on the plateau. So what's the trigger here for SK? What sends them running? Because they're waiting. They don't have any more nades, so it is going to have to be a full-on YOLO rush. And they do manage to overpower Dennis. He had an MP7, not good enough. And now Config, this is where like the usefulness of his gun kind of falls off. Yeah,
unlike the Mag 7, which can be used at the range in which JW is doing it, this one kind of can't. He ends up dropping, so a little bit of a shame. Maybe Freeze to the back lines here. Going to be dropping down to Crim, so some money in the bank for Fnatic, and also another round, 8 and 9, and see how far they can push it here. 17 kills on Olafmeister and 14 on Tensky.
Yeah, I wonder if Olafmeister took offense at Thorn's tweet. You know, the age of Olafmeister is over. It's now the age of device.
I think Olaf is gonna. He's gonna shrug at stuff like that. You know, he's just like, yeah.
He's the kind of guy who'd just get pissed off and just go on and like completely dominate a tournament if that sort of thing happened, right? Like
it could be.
Okay, Thorin, time to set you straight.
Feels like Device versus Olaf when they're both like on the A game right now. It'd be an interesting fight.
Yeah, that's just god tier CS.
Flusher there to take down Freeze. Obviously, it's another round here with no armor and just pistols, and SK deciding to run through the smoke is not going to make their jobs any easier here.
There's the bait. They're hoping to draw somebody through that smoke. Not going to happen. There's a man pushed up close, though, and that's JW finding the kill. Config is just going to get overrun completely. Crims with the UMP. And then, well, Asilian on burst gets caught by Flusha. So nearly all the kills. 2 UMP kills, a Swag 7 kill, and another UMP kill. That's a lot of money.
A lot of dough.
Yeah.
What'd you do with all that money, Samla?
Buy a Dragon Lore.
Buy a Dragon Lore, alright.
What the hell did he just drop? For some reason, I thought I saw a negative. I was just like, what? How?
That would have been a great drop right now. But they kept on to 1 UMP, 1 Mag 7, which is not so strange considering where JW's playing. They're up against all AKs, though. Let's see if that's going to make a difference here for the SK team. They've got Tensky out on the plateau, and easy kill there on JW. And I'm not sure why he's not committing to this fight over here. I mean, he's got a position for it anyway. That'll be over at long. Flusher flashing himself in and getting the kill on Config as well for a double. That's a bit of a brutal return. Yeah, that's actually worst case. Now can Flusher backs off. Now you actually have the man moving in closer. That's Dennis holding close to drop. Bit of a crossfire scenario there as Crims is watching the other entrance rather, to that room. Man, SK right now, though, they just need to pace themselves. And they're doing exactly that. They don't try and rush in. They don't try and take a fight while Fnatic have the momentum. Instead, they're going to lose a straight-up fight to Olafmeister, one of the only people they didn't want to run into on this server because Flush and Crims are so low. Dennis, nice angle, takes out Cadian, who's trying to push forward, all focus on that site. And now, well,
Freeze gets caught by Olaf. So this is what I was worried about, basically. It's just when Fnatic switch over to that CT side and it turns into a series of duels, this is when the hard fraggers are going to start just reigning supreme.
Yeah. I think that's the problem they're running into here. And again, also combined with the money issues they're having here, it's 10-9. And Fnatic have another 6 rounds to go. And not all of those for SK like this one are going to be that great. A little bit of armor on a couple of players here. I feel like this is tough. I feel like so many of the SK players here, like Freeze recently, obviously Config as well. When Moddy's been playing in this team recently as well, I feel like they've got like some good individual stuff going on. They can't find like the stable 5 people who they can play with here.
Yeesh, this is scary for Dennis, and he doesn't get anything out of that. Somehow Asilian survives, but there we go. They line up for Olaf, and Olaf holds down Mouse 1, gets 3 kills. It's going to be down to Asilian now. He will be able to return, but then Flesha steps in, just ruins his fun. And again, Phrase, again, just alone, and they know. Flesha, he's getting close over here. This might be a little scary. He spotted him.
Yeah, he saw him.
Yeah.
That's going to be the end of it. Oh, man, if they hadn't just all jumped in the window there for Olaf Might to catch them, then...
It's like the one choke point.
Yeah, the really, the one bad idea. But, I mean, it looks beautiful on camera here, but... Bit of a shame. That's going to be 11-9, and now one step closer for Fnatic to winning another map here. SK, again, they haven't got one single match win here in the league.
Not a single win. 0-6 so far. Whereas Fnatic, they did suffer a loss the other night versus Titan, so they are mortal, but they're sitting top of the league with a 5-2 scoreline. Tensky's got a bit of an opportunity here. There we go. Takes out JW, who hasn't really had the biggest impact up on Plateau so far. Asilian takes out Flusha. Shot from Olafmeister, though. He does take out one with him, but it's still a 2-on-4 situation. This heavily favors SK at this point. And SK, they don't try and rush in either. So it's going to come down to the individual players, Dennis and Crims. And Crims has been a bit cold, Anders.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't exactly been firing up. Neither has Dennis. I mean, both these players maybe just leaving it all up to Olaf and Flusher up there at the top of the scoreboard. We'll see. Dennis sneaking around. SK really, they're counting on the idea that someone's going to come and peek, and that's a great Molotov to force Crims out. Going to open up that B-bomb site. And Dennis, not exactly sure what the plan is here.
It's going to be a knight. Be heroic, right? Just run in and save the day. Is that it? Where's his white horse?
He's playing the right map for it.
He's got the skin. This is the cobble skin.
True. Maybe he could like steal the spear from the statue and stab someone with it.
Dude. It's like the... What is it? Longinus? Longinus?
It's got better range than the Son of shotgun anyway. Could definitely work.
Dude, that Son-Off, I can't believe JW actually uses that thing. Like, that thing, seriously, after like 10 feet, it does no damage.
Yeah. And is it still that way where the pellets actually disappear after a while?
Yeah, for the Son-Off, yeah. It's like, what is it, 30 yards, 20 yards, something like that, and then it's gone. You know, just like you're not shooting anything anymore.
So the big upside here for SK, apart from winning the round and staying alive with 4 members, is the fact that they're not that far off of breaking some of the Fnatic members' economies. These last 2 here are a little bit low, but then we've got Flusher with the huge bank, and he can drop for some teammates. And with Dennis saving this gun as well, bit of a shame they couldn't find it. 10-11. They need to win a lot of consecutive rounds here, it seems like. Oh, deep into the bank for Flusher, actually.
Yeah, he's just dropping galore right now.
Oh,
and
double.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. He drops 10K. That op is probably a good indicator of where that money went. Double op play, though. Okay. And he's holding on to it as well, Flusha. He's going to go straight up into apartments. He's probably going to go aggressive. Only problem is, there is the man already holding way back in the back. I mean, it's Freeze taking a super passive position.
Nice flashbang for the boost there. Config takes a kill, but Tensky also goes down. We're going to be looking at a 4-on-4 situation here. Still plenty of time left, and SK are really, they're banking on Fnatic being as aggressive as they usually are, so they're sort of waiting and hoping that they'll come and peek them and get some information, and I think that's a smart way of playing it, honestly, right now. Fnatic, though, are being a bit more defensive in this round, so, you know, right now, as they're waiting around over here, like this kind of playing middle for Arcadian, he knows that JW or somebody else is a likely candidate to suddenly be running through, so they're all just setting up for it.
Ooh, let's see. There we go. Medium throw. Boom.
Yeah.
Perfect flash. Checking the corners. Very thorough. Shot rings out. That's Flusha tagging down Config. Follow up nade. Dunks him. And then Dennis peeks out. Picks up a headshot. And well, now it's just going to be the two remaining members here. They're just getting whittled down. They get one kill going back their way, SK, and a second one as well. Cadian doing work, taking out Dennis. But still, it's JW and it's Crims, the two of them. And I think you need a bullet, not an HE. That's not going to do the work.
Sneaks out of the smoke there, and he did get headshot by a grenade, you're right. Not going to make a difference. 12-10 and SK. They've got enough money for it, but I'd be shocked if they didn't this time. But after that, it's going to get a little bit rough here. And I mean, 12-10. Fnatic are inching their way closer here. And in the second half, it's been a bit of an ugly streak here. You know, 5 for Fnatic, then 1 for SK, and then back into the favor of Fnatic once again.
Mm-hmm. You just swap over to that CT side, and that's where those players on Fnatic are just going to wreak havoc. And now, well, aggression here from Config, actually trying to take a bit more of a fast approach. Flash out. Might pick off JW, yeah, and it's Tensky, again, who manages to get that spray down over on JW. So JW just has no luck right now. The last round we saw it with the boost, a little bit of a delayed tactic, but yeah, if he goes aggressive, he just keeps getting caught.
Yeah, it's good to see that SK have found a way to deal with that. Not everybody has so far. But now that they have the men advantage, can they actually convert it into a win in this round? Because in the past, they still keep ending up in these trade battles where Fnatic ultimately end up coming out on top here. Tensky sneaking in. He's got a little bit less health than the rest of his teammates, but might be worth sacrificing here. Flashbang goes through, and Tensky actually, Cadian gonna win up that battle, but Crims will take him down afterwards. The bomb is all the way over A, and the last person on A, you can see Flush is so tempted to run out.
Mm-hmm.
But look at Olofmeister, he knows. Oh, wow.
Dun 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 dun. I mean, I want to hear the Jaws theme song, right? Yeah, what was that? Asilian, a little bit too quick, a little bit too slow there to realize where the steps are coming from.
Yeah, and that's a big problem. Crims in the middle, and Fnatic just finding every single angle, and maybe helped a bit by Asilian being occupied by something else, you know.
Maybe somebody was talking and
singing in his ears.
Yeah. Oh, that's so frustrating. He should have heard those steps coming a mile away. That could have been an easy kill. Then the backstab fails, and then
yeah. When you're sitting in this corner here, and obviously Olofmeister running through here with the knife out, then yeah, that should be audible range, no doubt.
Yeah, you should hear that coming for days. Oh no, and now SK, it's hard ego territory for them. Slower approach, maybe trying to decide what they want to do with the round. They need to group. They're going to be dodging the anti-rush nades, certainly. At this point, you're kind of at a loss as to like what SK can do.
Yeah, I mean, out of money, out of rounds to play around with as well. The only light is the Fnatic's economy is not great. I mean, 2 rounds in a row here for SK. Assuming that they lose this one at 14-10, then, you know, if they win 2 in a row, bring it back to 14-12, then they probably get a 3 round at that point to bring it to 14-13. But it's still, even then, it feels like it's very unlikely that they can actually make it all the way back here.
Oh man, and they're taking Molotov damage as well. They're trying to pull a fast one there. Flush had just annihilating 3. They do have a gun to work with now, but still huge man advantage here for Fnatic as well as the gear. They know that Asilian's caught in that corner. Oh my god, JW.
He was just, I mean, he was bullying Asilian to begin with, just shooting into the wall like that, saying, I know you're there, just stop pretending. Let's not play this game. And then he stabs him with the shadow daggers.
With the shadow daggers as well.
It doesn't work.
He looks like a monk in Diablo or something, you know? Just like, opa. Bruce Lee.
Good stuff.
That's exactly what the whole idea behind those, obviously. But yeah, nice try there, JW. I mean, that's it. You know, that's just, you know, that Fnatic are just so confident. They're confident on their T side, taking fights. They didn't get as many rounds, but now that they're on the CT side, it's getting brutal. And there are those nades just doing work. That's what you have to get the timing down on those. And Tensky, trying to go fast, he just runs flat out into a bunch of HEs.
A bit of a painful way to lose a man early on. Dennis picking up 2, and Olofmeister coming in with another kill. So what should have been a big round here for SK, they can finally buy. It crumbles entirely, and they are going to be left with just freeze.
Similar to how Dignitas were trying to play on Train versus Hellraisers, you know, trying to find that time to like, okay, change it up, go fast. I think that's what SK were trying to achieve here, because they've been so they've been very slow-paced in how they've been approaching these rounds, trying to, you know, get Tensky out onto plateau, then trying to feel it out, then see if they can find a pick here or there. And then, well, now they were just like, okay, let's see if we can catch them off guard, try and speed it up. And Olaf, no respect at all. No respect at all. Come on, Freeze, just like win this one round now.
Feels like he deserves it, right? They're hiding in the smoke with the knife out. JW
knows he's here as well.
Oh my god, he bumped into him. He's going to be walking out right next to him. What on earth is going on here? Can we actually get some sort of indication? Freeze going to be walking back in and looking for a fight. And JW, he had the chance. He could have stabbed him right then and there, but he's going to be walking back in here. And Freeze gets a bit of damage, but gets shot in the back ultimately. No chance there. What a strange round. There was the chance with the Shadow Daggers.
There was such a chance. It's Freeze throwing that second smoke that messed it all up. If he didn't throw that second smoke, JW would have come out right behind him.
I feel like someone should make like Shadow Daggers type cutlery, where it's like one is a fork and the other one is... You could imagine how brutal it'd be if you're at a steakhouse and you just like stab the steak one and then cut the other one and eat it angrily. That'd be super manly. I would do that.
Yeah, you would. That cheeseburger, man.
Die, yeah. Get it done with. Okay, this round is ending really quickly. Olafmeister frying up Basili, and Tensky and Config are going to be left here. It is match and map point for Fnatic and SK. They really tried hard, and they got a great result first half. But the second half, it's been crumbling for them. Dennis taking up a kill there. And at the end of the day, they could only pick up one round on the terrorist side, which is not good enough for a win against Fnatic.
No, nothing. And man, like both maps tonight have actually been really CT dominant. It seems getting into that second half. Both of the teams, Dignitas versus Hellraisers, and then Fnatic just.
Right when the new patch came out, everyone was saying, "Oh, the game is well." We were all saying that in London for the Cluj qualifier. You know,
it's all, as far as like a T side is concerned.
Yeah, it's switching on T side, but it's also just Cbble, where I think first of all people swapped from playing with the M4A1 to the M4A4, and they weren't used to it. So weird things were happening on the CT side. Yeah. I think some people figured out, well, actually the M4A1 can still be used. It still it has a place in the game.
It's just
And I think a lot of people have got really good at spraying with the M4A4 as well. So it's like that balance. Maybe it hasn't come back to where it was, but it's like people have still figured out how to play the CT side a bit more. So.
Yeah, I still think that it's it's also why we see the Deagle so strong now as well. Or at least we're seeing more headshots with the Deagle all of a sudden. It's just like slightly bigger head model, I think, bubble, whatever you want to call it. But that makes a difference as well, which is why you can see more picks on the T side where they just walk in and it's similar to the AK. But you're right. I mean, it's just adjustment. It's going to be an adjustment, and I think that we are still going to see more M4A1s. I think this whole M4A4 phrase was just a craze. They're all just like, oh my god, no, they've nerfed my gun, and then Olafmeister's just like, it's still good, guys. Don't worry, it's still good.
I have my howl and I have a cardboard cutout and I sleep with it under my pillow. Just never gonna give that up. I have 2 howl stickers. When I get 4, I'll put all of them on my howl. So I have my howl with howl stickers. And
why would you put stickers on a howl?
Because they're howl stickers. They're contraband too.
Heard you like howl stickers?
Yeah.
You want some howl stickers on my howl gun?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, dude.
That's going to be the theme right there. Okay, well, final scores are here. 16-12 favoring Dignitas. They pick up another win. Yeah. Fnatic predictably picking up a win, even though it was a slightly weird game. Standing on either side. Morty not being here. Tensky instead, even though he played great. So really good job on him. But it's just like, whereas Dignitas on the Danish side here, they found a stable roster that they seem to be able to work with, at least a stable core. Schneider seems to be a really good pickup in this context, but even if they somehow decide Schneider wasn't it, they still have the same 4 people that they can sort of play around, and that's good, that's enough. SK haven't reached the same level yet. They seem like they're still just mucking about with that lineup.
I mean, yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done, clearly. Yeah. Config, we were kind of going on about him, and I still think that he's the guy you need to keep an eye on in the future, that he's huge up-and-coming talent, but there's a lot of work yet.
Yeah, definitely.
But tomorrow, guys, we're going to be back as well. It's going to be the Thursday night for the EPL.
True.
And there it is, the one sole match that we will have tomorrow night, Anders.
But it should be a fun one. Dignitas TSM is actually always really good. It's a real shame this isn't the best of 3. I feel like these two teams have like a great track record of playing 16-14 just favoring TSM. Like every time Dignitas are so close, and every time Pip is on Twitter afterwards saying, you know, it's so close. I mean, they really are, but they just haven't been able to sort of really do it yet. Also, if you have been missing any of the scores during the evening or any other days here, it's obviously the 4th week that we're going on here with the EE Pro League. Go and check out theScore eSports right there. Also download the application for your iOS or Android device and follow up on all the articles and all the results over there. Definitely do that. So we'll be back tomorrow for one single game.
At 19 CET.
19 CET. So close, actually normal time there.
Normal time,
Yeah. Same as we've been starting every other day. You guys tune in, come enjoy the game with us, and we'll see you then.